Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to round number one of the FTX Crypto Cup in Miami, Florida. And one of the highlights of this round is Levon Aronian's win against Quang Liem of Vietnam. One decisive game wins the match, right? The first game of the match, Aronian winning it and drew the rest of the way. Yes. Okay, the format here again, it's four rapid games with each player. It's a round robin with four rapid games. In case of a tie, you'll go into two blitz games, to break the tie. And if a tie again with the blitz, they go for Armageddon. Okay, let's check out the game. All right, the turning point of the match, the only decisive game. The English by Aronian against Quang Liem. So knight c3, e6, e4. The McKenna's variation, d5, e5, d4. Okay, some players also would try to take this first. Take d5, e5, d4, takes on c3. You'll go queen e2 check. All right, bishop into e6. Go for queen b5 check, knight to d7, and sometimes d takes e3 or b takes e3, takes e3, queen takes f6, and takes the pawn on b7. Yes. Black can go for queen e5, knight into e2, rook to b8, queen f3. All right. Bishop d6, for example, queen e3. White is one pawn up, but he has better development with the pieces compared. So black has better development of the pieces compared to white. Yeah. Okay, e5, d4 takes with the b pawn. Queen takes f6 and d4. e5, knight into f3. Black has to be careful here with let's say a random move like knight c6, knight into f3, and you move let's say your bishop to d6. You got to be careful with this one because of bishop g5. Yeah. If you play queen f5, for example, bishop d3, or even c5 first, e5, bishop goes to e7, bishop d3. Right? Queen goes to d5, takes on e7, takes on e7, castles, and that bishop will be badly placed on c8. So e5 to open up the line for the bishop. Knight into f3, knight c6. Okay, bishop g5, queen g6. This does not work anymore because if you play bishop d3, black has e4. Yeah, if you play queen to e2, just f5. And black is fine. So d5, knight into b8, h4. They are still following theory. Okay, h5, bishop e3. There's still a line. Rook to b1, castles. Knight h4, threatening knight f5. And f6, bishop f5. And the first new move of the game, rook to b5. The 19th move, first new move. Previously, c5 was played. Yeah. And there was queen c4, takes on c8, takes on c8, and then knight f5. Yes. But here, Aronian went for rook b5, protecting c4. Rook e8 takes, and knight f5. Bishop f8, okay, protects g7 and h6. Queen into f3, c6, rook to b3. Takes on d5, takes on d5. If Quang Liem takes on c4 here, Aronian will just play rook takes b7. If you take on d5, there's knight takes h6. There's no defense from a6 to the f6 knight. Yes, because if you take this one, queen takes knight on f6. Again, that queen's keeping an eye on that one. Yeah. So rook b3, c takes d5, yeah? So you cannot go knight takes h6 because the queen is there. Takes, queen takes a2, rook fb1. You don't go rook takes b7 here, yeah? If Aronian goes for the one and queen takes d5, if you play queen takes d5, knight takes d5, threaten c3. Yeah. So rook fb1, rook takes c3. Not bad. Takes, knight takes h6. Counterplay. Queen takes f6. Safe king. Dangerous king. Bishop g7, queen f5. a6. And this is the decisive mistake of the game. Yeah? h6. Okay, black had to play rook c6 here. Just give that pawn away. Yeah? If rook takes, then just rook f6 or protect f7. He has to. With a6, now white has rook d7. He probably thought that he could also play queen e6 here, yeah, to protect f7, but just takes. If you play rook takes e6, rook b8 check. Yeah. You cannot play bishop f8 because there's rook d8. If you play king h7, rook takes. Yes. And if you capture it with a pawn, I mean, there's rook b4, rook to g4. So a6 was the mistake. Rook queen c4, rook b4, the move he missed also. Yes, you cannot take the rook. It's mate on f7, then g7. Queen a2, keeping an eye on f7. Rook to b6. Rook e7 was also possible here for Aronian. Rook b6 takes on e3 because the bishop was threatening. Bishop takes h6. So Levon Aronian had to sacrifice the exchange. Takes, protect. Rook d6 threatens rook to d8. Queen f3. King h2. Queen g4. If you check on h4, for example, just queen h3. Thanks to the pawn, no queen f4. Queen g4 pin. Rook d8. Queen g5. And here, white to play and win. Aronian wouldn't miss. Rook takes f8. Takes f8. Takes on g5. Takes on g5. Rook d8. If you play king to g7, there's h6. You go back, h7. You go back, rook takes f8. Yep. You cannot also play king takes f8 here because there's queen c8 mate. Yes, queen d8, shamat. So simple win after rook d8. e3, just king g1. f5, h6, unstoppable. King f1. You play king f7, just push, yes. With this win, Aronian wins the match because all the other games were drawn, okay? Like this one, it was a draw with 109 moves in the second game, and the third and fourth were also drawn. So a decisive win in the first game, yes, with the English. Okay, at least a win for Aronian after, again, this forgettable performance by the US team in the Olympiad without even getting a medal. They were the top seed. You have an average rating of 2770 for your four boards. You have Aronian, you have Wesley, you have Caruana, you have Dominguez, yeah? Oh my God. Top four players in the top 20 in the world. You have four players in the top 20. Okay, Nakamura is absent, but you also have a strong Shankland. Okay, there are still younger players who could also play for the US. You have Jeffrey Shong, you have Ray Robson, you have Sam Sevian, yeah. But the lineup was, according to rating, according to the paper, yeah, they should be winning gold. But it wasn't meant to be, yeah. It was the young Uzbek team winning in the Olympiad. And also almost a gold medal for Aronian's former team, Armenian team, led by Gabriel Sargisyan. Okay, so at least it's a win to forget, yeah, the forgettable. Okay, to forget the Olympiad, yeah, the heartaches, and he didn't play too well. Also, Aronian didn't play too well, and he had to sit out his game against Armenia in their match. So that was it. Aronian winning over Quang Liem. It's still a long tournament, um, round robin. You have 4 games each. This is the first match. 6 more games left. 6 more matches left. Yeah. So it's still anybody's game. For the four winners for today, it's Aronian, Carlson, Pragmananda, and Jan Christoph Duda. So that was it. Thank you guys for supporting our channel, Charles Smash Chess and Charles Smash Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. It's Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone, and bye-bye.